On this episode of the Best of Bias Podcast, yours truly, joined with special guests today. Have lots to talk about on episode 275. So you're very lucky today if you click play because you could have been anywhere in the world. I'd like to say thank you for clicking play on this pod, the Best of Bias Podcast, where we talk about a little bit of everything. We bring our bias to the table. And now that the Seven Kingdoms just ended, so we're going to talk about that finale. We have Paradise Season 2 starting. First 3 episodes dropped. We can talk about that. And we get other opinions from other people to discuss music, the All-Star Weekend, 50 versus T.I. because it got a lot more heated, GTA RP. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, so don't miss it. You're in for a good one. It's the Best of Bias Podcast Lydell Dinero Season 4, where that theme song at is right here.
It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. The best of bias. Yeah, it's the best of bias.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Best of Bias Podcast, starring yours truly, Lydell Dinero. We are in the building today. We are talking bias today, and we're doing it in a major way. Because guess what? We got guests today. No, it's not just me today. We have guests. Popping in with us, we have, Layback Zach, and we got Johnny Mac popping in the building to talk a lot of shit today with us. Sorry, cussing the first couple minutes. Gosh darn it. Talk some mess with us. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk some All-Star Weekend music, some beef going on in the industry with the old heads, some GTA RP and stuff on the back end of the pod. But here in the beginning, it's going to be just me talking some shows. I don't know if they watched the show, so I just want to give you guys an in-depth and give you guys a review of what's going on in the Night of the Seven Kingdoms lore, because you know how that ended. I want to get y'all opinions on that. In Paradise, man, highly respected season 1 on Hulu. Season 2 has a lot to live up to. First 3 episodes did drop, and I have some opinions about that too. So we'll get into that in the first half. Second half, we'll have those guests, like I said, in and out podcast, not here too long, but hey, it's gonna be plenty of bias to go around. So first, like I always like to ask you guys, how you feeling today? How you doing today? You know what I'm saying? It's the weekend, end of the week. Maybe you're going to work on the weekend after having a couple of days off. But either way, maybe you're working while you're listening to the pod, but either way, you press play. And that's all I can say to make me happy. You might make me happy. If you know. Simple Jack. But yeah, welcome to the pod, man. Hope you guys are able to listen to the pod and relax for a little bit if the week has been long to you, because it's been long for me. I'm happy we made it till today. Even though I'm recording early in the week, I know by the time you guys press play on this, y'all gonna be so relieved to hear my voice, so relieved to be able to have a moment to breathe, let your hair down, and just that woosah I want from y'all. I'm sorry, I gotta turn this fan on. Sorry, 1 second. Hopefully it's not too loud in the mic, but if it is, man, I don't want to be glossy. I want to be glistening. And that glisten is a little much sometimes. But hope you guys had a good weekend. Don't mind me talking a little bit. And again, you won't just hear my voice today. There'll be some guests here to talk as well, to update y'all on what they got going, how they felt about some stuff I may have talked about last pod. But, it's good to hear other voices and get some other opinions. And it's been a while. I've been promising you guys a guest. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. Feeling good this week, get right into it. And if you're not feeling good this week, hopefully we can come together as a family and get you on the good side and turn that around for you today. You know what I'm saying? But it's episode 275. You know what I'm saying? Best of Bias Season 4. Season 5 coming around the corner. Let me know what you guys want to see, man. Like, subscribe, add us on the YouTube right now. Hit the bell so you don't miss any of the new pods that drop. I know I'll be saying I'm going to say it at the beginning all the time, and I forget to sometimes, but I'm saying it right now. Hey, like, subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss none of the pods, you feel me? Be in touch, stay up to date, and follow the Instagram as well, Best of Bias. I'm adding updates there all the time, letting you guys know some shit that I'm pulling from other social media sites, keeping you guys informed like I like to do, so make sure you guys add me there, and on my actual page too, SAC _ Lydell, you know what I'm saying? Find me on there. And we can get shit going. But yeah, again, we have a loaded podcast today. Let's get right into it. Let me not waste no more time. So I know these boys are trying to get up in here. They'll be calling me soon to join. Let's talk about Paradise, man. I don't know if you guys seen season 2 yet. It's just been a couple of days since the second season, first 3 episodes dropped. I don't know if you got a second to digest it quite yet. But I'm gonna give a hot take right now. I hope they're not pulling a Last of Us and fucking up season 2 for the fans, man. I like it. You know what I'm saying? I like season 1. Sterling K. Brown, he did his thing. Whoever was playing, what's her name? Sinatra. She plays a good villain. She did a really good job of making me hate her and hoping for her downfall. So at the end of season 1, seeing her get shot by that agent, I don't know, Nicole. I'm still trying to understand what Nicole's role in it is. She helped Sterling K. Brown stop Sinatra, but she didn't want her to get killed or die for some shadow undercover plan that she is trying to do. Because you saw what she did at the end of, episode 3 of the season. She's doing some slick shit, trying to plant it on the black girl, Sterling K. Brown's homie. So I don't know if she's really a good guy or what her major plot is. But I mean, if you didn't watch season 1 over before you got into this season, you kind of be like, oh, this may be a different show. What the fuck is going on? But we did see a lot of flashbacks in the first couple episodes of season 2. We saw how Sterling K. Brown, the character's name is Xavier, and how he met his wife in a hospital after breaking his leg. I think he's in boot camp I forgot what exactly, but he's Secret Service, so maybe he was doing boot camp for that. Got to rewatch it. I only watched it once, but I'm trying to tell you off the top of my head. But hey, he broke his leg, and we saw how he met his wife. His wife, I think she had some kind of disease. She went blind for a little bit, and he helped nurse her back to health. Didn't give up on her. Was persistent on trying to court her, even though she was going through some shit and trying to brush him off. But he knew that she was just going through something, and maybe somebody like him, somebody of his suave nature, could help her get through her time and maybe end up being together like ultimately wanted to do. It's pretty sweet. You know what I'm saying? It was a cool little refresher on letting us know why at season 1 he was so motivated to get back to his family. And it seems like his family, I don't know where they are. I get kind of confused because I don't know if it's a flashback with the agent, the friend agent is watching them, or it looks like they took the family in or something. And they're still kind of doing that secret shit with his daughter and the president's son, kind of doing that secret information exchange and trying to have a little covert operation behind the scenes. So I'm still trying to catch up to what their motivations are, because I know that Sinatra got dude's dad killed, the president, to ultimately kind of accomplish her evil goal. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still trying to get, because there's new characters that they introduced. The understudy of the person who helped Sinatra create the sustainable energy bunker in Colorado where everybody lives. It got deep. If you guys watch it, you know what I mean. But it's a super flashback that kind of intricately twines everything together to catch us up to why Sterling K. Brown is doing things he is doing and who these characters are in connection to season 1. It was twisty, windy, wibbly wobbly, but hey, if you watched it and you are a big fan of Paradise, you could kind of bear with the backstory, and it kind of felt like fillers to me. If you watch anime, that's what it kind of felt like. It didn't really feel like a push forward in the season, because we ended on a really high note at the end of season 1, but season 2 kind of just, and the fact that Sinatra is just okay and talking shit after getting shot square in her chest, I don't know how she is just okay all of a sudden. That's it. That's kind of tripping me out. I mean, obviously she's gonna influence people to let her out of jail, and she's a billionaire, so she's probably gonna smooth talk her way out of her concealment. And I'm probably thinking that's what that Nicole girl wants, because that's why she probably didn't shoot her in the head, rather she shot her in the chest, so she can just use her witty, kind of conniving ways to fuck up whatever plan she has herself, so Nicole can just sit back and reap the benefits of it. I'm thinking, but Sterling K. Brown crashing his plane, hurting his leg, and getting put in a precarious situation, to where, I forgot the girl's name. Basically it's main star of the season 2. I know her from My Secret Life as a teenage parent. What's that shit called? If you've seen that show, you know what I'm talking about. Let me look up her name. I don't want to do it like that. Let me see. Bear with me, guys. I'm looking something up real quick. Paradise, season 2. Let's see. Let's see. I want to find it here. See all cast. I'm almost there, guys. I promise. Nah, fuck it. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so girl in season 2 basically wants to, you know, to get back in Colorado and kind of probably take down the bunker from within, because her family was torn apart. The guy she loves and had a baby with is being hunted and probably killed because, you know, he is the brilliant person behind the nuclear reactor that keeps everything going in the bunker. You know what I'm saying? It gets really convoluted. If you didn't really see season 1 or have the details from season 1 and you didn't really rewatch it right before, you may be a little confused, but after a rewatch, it might just kind of go together for you. But it's cool, man. It started a little slow for me, but I will keep it in my heart. You know, I'll keep going. But it's given me like a lot of shows lately, you know, no matter how high heralded they are, to me personally, my personal opinion kind of trumps that nowadays. When I'm not a guy that's just gonna watch a show because everybody says it says it's good. I can't do that no more. I can't. You know what I'm saying? So like Pluribus, like I watched it all the way through because I didn't talk about it with you guys, but I'm like, bro, I'm not sure if I like this. Season 2 of Severance, I'm gonna stick it through with Severance 2. Season 2 was really good, but it kind of threw me off the beaten path. Season 1 was so good, and then wait for it to come back for season 2. I'm like, wait, what? And then even this one, man, or Last of Us season 2. I'm like, you got us with season 1. You're promising shit for season 2, but it seems like you're holding shit off for season 3. But god damn it, it was right there, and you just. And now it's this one for me. It's like, okay, season 1, you had us going from the beginning. I know you're just trying to warm us up and give us 3 episodes at once. Maybe that's why you throw three episodes out, because they're more so like fillers, like you to digest them all at once. It's like an hour and a half worth of material, probably a little bit more. You know, feed us until next week. But hey, man, it needs to speed up a little bit. It needs to speed up a little bit. I don't want to be disappointed by this season 2. And speaking of lightweight disappointment, that brings us into our second review, man. A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, episode 6, man. The finale. We were right there. I don't want to spoil my opinion, but how do you guys feel about how it ended? You know how I felt about episode 4 and 5. The pre-battle and everything that led up to that. The battle, though it did hit us with the flashback, that flashback was very, very interesting. Gave us a really good insight of Duncan. It showed us why he is the way he is. It showed us how he became a hedge knight lightweight, or the squire lightweight, and supposedly a hedge knight, pause, hedge knight. It was an interesting backstory, and then the battle, it kind of left a little bit to the imagination. I mean, we saw Duncan get fucked up. Basically, he's just a big motherfucker. He can't really fight that well, but he knows how to swing a sword. He's a tank. He stab him a million times and he won't go down. So unless you got more energy than him, you'll have a fight on your hands. So that's how that battle went, and ended kind of quick. And with the build up and the cliffhanger of Prince Baelor getting killed, you know what I'm saying, and dying at the end of season, or end of episode 5, we thought there was going to be really big drawbacks from that. We thought there was going to be, I don't know, mass hysteria, basically. And we didn't really get that with episode 6, the finale, man. We just saw Duncan just beat the fuck up, laying on the tree pretty much the whole episode, trying to be courted by, firstly, we have Sir Lionel, the jokey jokester who fought with him in the Battle of Seven. He's like, man, you owe me. We won. I know you're fucked up and everything, but join me. We'll go around fighting and bringing joy to people. Cause he's the jokey joke master. Yeah, he just kind of feels like Dunk should join them out of gratitude of the shit that they went through together. Though Prince Baelor died, fuck the Targaryens. Nobody likes the Targaryens anyways. Ride with me and we'll have a good time. And then Duncan is more so like, nah, man, I can't be worthy of anybody right now. People died in my name. Prince Baelor died. He was going to be king. He was so good for so many people, the last of the good Targaryens, and he died in my honor. So Dunk's kind of not only fucked up, but kind of in a bad mood about that. And ultimately, they all knew that Aerion was an asshole, so they weren't too mad about him losing. Because calling about that trial of 7 that hasn't been used since ancient times and kind of cowering anyways, kind of put a disgrace to his name as a Targaryen within the family. So nobody's really worried about that, but it kind of saved face. They're like, hey, come work with us. Come be a knight for me. So it won't be embarrassing that you beat a Targaryen in battle and it won't go around. You'll be working for us and be part of the Targaryen. So that rumor won't be out there that people can just come up and whoop Targaryens. And then he was like, oh yeah, that's Maekor. Maekor is Aegon's dad. He is, I forgot the other son's name. Aegon, Aerion's dad, and the brother of Baelor. And Baelor was going to be king. So now, Maekor has a decision to make, who's going to be the next king in line. I think in the Lord, it does end up being Aegon. And he's the one that's the great grandfather of Jon Snow and Khaleesi, all that shit. The great grandfather. So, obviously it's going to end up being him. But, it's just kind of crazy now, though. He turns down the, option of being a Targaryen knight and having Egg as a squire that way. Egg was heartbroken, that Dunk didn't accept that, offer and just become his squire right away, or have Egg become a squire right away, because that's what he wanted forever. But Dunk's like, no, your son and the Targaryen name is the reason why we're in. I can't talk today, bro. I can't talk usually anytime, but I'm working on it. The Targaryens are always assholes and known as being assholes to all the people around. I don't want to be a part of a family that don't even like each other, first of all, and are not honorable within this family. Like, I've seen it all. I don't want to be, your brother just died. You should not want me in here anyways. Like, what are you doing? And, I feel like it was under ill intentions is one of the reasons why he didn't say yes right away. But at the same time, it's like, nah, I can't trust you guys because, again, got lied on by your son saying that I kidnapped Egg. Your son tried to kill this girl over a stage play, and they tried to kill me, take my hand and foot, just because I protected this girl from being slaughtered by this guy just for being embarrassed in front of people. It's just a crazy thing. So he was like, nah. Even though it broke Egg's heart, he couldn't do that shit. And that's what kind of the show's about, showing how honorable Duncan is. And even though he's dumb and doesn't really know much about the 9 kingdoms, not 7, he still has a lot to learn, and he's still very honorable and has more nobility and honor than the average man that knows everything about the 7 kingdoms. So that's why everybody kind of fucks with him. After the shit that he did, they could have just killed his ass and be done with it. But, they always hear him out. They see it in his face. They could think anybody's lying about the shit that he says, but they know that he's so dumb and so naive that he wouldn't be lying, and they realize that Aerion is that fuck up that always doing shit anyway. So yeah, that was dope. And then we see the flashback of the hedge knight that Dunk was following. I don't know why I don't know his name. I should know his name, but he never even knighted Dunk. You know what I'm saying? He died before even being able to knight Dunk. So he's walking around lying about being knighted. So not only does nobody remember anything about this hedge knight that he loves so much and is trying to prove that he's a knight by being knighted by, he never really even got knighted. So though we think he's honorable and we see all these honorable moves that he's been making this whole entire series, he's just been lying. And he's been lying his way through it. And because he was lying, though the gods found him worthy of staying alive and not being killed for the things he did, they put him through these trials and tribulations because he was lying about being a hedge knight and being knighted in the first place. So it's kind of crazy. It comes full circle. The show was good. 6 episodes is crazy. Especially to end the season like that. Basically, you know what I'm saying? He had the 3 horses. He gives one to the apple tree kid. The apple tree kid gets tricked off by one of the prostitutes from the beginning of the season. They have sex one time and she acts like she's pregnant. And since he's so honorable from he was actually whooping ass in that trial by 7. She's all on his nuts because he's going to be all popular and shit within the kingdom. He fought and won against the Targaryens, so he's like, oh yeah, this nigga's he's gonna raise my kids, and she latched on to him. And when you were having that conversation, yeah, Dunk knew that she was taking advantage of him, but he was happy, so he just let it ride. The fact that he had to sleep in a small tent because his brother thought he betrayed the Apple Tree family by fighting with Dunk, even though his cousin was supposed to fight with them anyways and betrayed him at the last second for like a plot of land or some bullshit like that. So yeah, that family shit is treacherous in that kingdom, man. They call each other family, but they kill each other. They fucking disrespect each other to the fullest and don't care if they live or die. It's the craziest shit. I would not want to live back there. I wouldn't want to live in that time. But it's gonna be interesting, man. Egg does end up going with Dunk anyways. He says that his dad let him go. And he was very honorable when he stood up to him, and his dad still let him go and be a squire. And they just kind of ride off into the sunset. He gives away the Hedge Knight's horse to the the Apple Tree kid that helped him fight as a token of their appreciation. Whoa. Wow. I almost died in front of y'all right there. Woo! Let me get some water real quick. And the other horse, he gave the egg because now they're going off into the wilderness, off into the 9 kingdoms to explore. And start his journey as a Hedge Knight. He got knighted. Did he get knighted after the battle? He's supposed to get knighted after the battle, so I'm sure he is a knight now, going into the 7-9 realms. I don't even know. To see what he can do, man. Go on his little adventures as a knight now. At the end of the episode, we see Maker come out and it's like, where the hell is Egg at? And Egg kind of dipped off again and lied about where he was going and why he was there. And it all starts over again where they started at the beginning. Egg ran away to be with Dunk, to ride off into the sunset, to learn about being a civil person, an actual civilian, and not somebody of royalty. Because you saw what was happening, man, after he heard Duncan deny being a knight with the Targaryens and taking Egg under his wing. You saw how Egg reacted, man. He took off his hat and his little crazy fit. He had a crazy fit on. He saw his Targaryen white hair growing back, and he realized, and he was like, "Fuck, man. Yeah, I guess I am a Targaryen. I'm gonna fall into these Targaryen ways." And had that knife on him, and he went to go attack Aerion while he was knocked out in bed, because when he was little, they said Aerion would go when Egg was sleeping, put a knife between his legs and shit like that. Aerion already got his nuts cut off in the battle, so I don't know if you should go in there and try to reciprocate that that punishment he put on you, because he's already down bad. But we saw the dad sitting in the room, stopped him from doing it, was like, nah, bro, you gotta chill, bro. He's already suffering, he's already down bad. Let it go. And then, yeah, he stopped him for fully transitioning into that Targaryen. So we see him at the end. Just go catch up with Dunk and say, fuck it, man. If you're not going to accept me by the means of my father, I'm going to just run away again and join. So Dunk gave him a horse, and they dipped out into the sunset, bro. Like, it's cool, bro. They said they're going to be 15 seasons of this shit. I don't know how. I guess we're going to do some adventures of them two together, just make up some stories that way, and then have some stories of Egg growing up, and just use the child actor while he can, because, and when he grows up, you don't know what happens. He might not have that little baby British voice no more. He might grow up and sound like fucking Aang from Avatar. We were at Comic-Con. He was doing the reads from back in the day. He sounded like a grown-ass man. He couldn't even do the little kid Aang voice. So let's get a lot of seasons out of Egg before he ages out and turns into something else. But it was good, man. I will give it, up until episode 5, it was like 8.5, 9 range to me. Didn't really stick the landing. They want us just to be highly anticipated for the next season, to be highly anticipated, and us to tune in for more of the big stuff. You know what I'm saying? The comedy was there. Not as much action as Game of Thrones, but the comedy and the action kind of leveled each other off. And then the heart of it all kind of did as well. So it was good, man. I appreciate it for real, for real. And I advise you guys go check it out, man. You have see for yourself, especially if you're a Game of Thrones fan. It's just a little side story and potential of some other shit that they could do in the Game of Thrones universe. You see what they do with House of Dragons. This is supposed to be 98 years after the House of Dragons, so we getting shit that happens in between. We're supposed to get an Arya story, so they keep building on it, man. Especially with everybody watching it and enjoying it, and if they keep giving good reactions, we'll get some more good shit, man. But she's up right now, but that's just my little review, my little cinema corner. We did that early before we got everybody in. Again, we got Zach the Mac, or Layback Zach, I should say, and Johnny Mac coming here soon. So yeah, it's the Best of Bias Podcast. Go to a little commercial break, and we'll be back with some guests, more to talk about at Season 4, Episode 275. We'll be right back at you. It's your boy. Yeah. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Due to unforeseen circumstances, our guests had to postpone. Tricked you. You thought this was going to be an episode with the guest in it, didn't you? Well, to my surprise, your boy has to bring up some topics himself and talk about a little remix. Take out those topics and swap them out. Sometimes when you're in the profession of podcasting, you gotta learn to be flexible. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I did. Yeah? Next time we'll get Zach and Johnny Mac, you know what I'm saying, to come in there and bless y'all. But right now, let's get some more topics out, man, because I can't just leave you with a little bit. Let's give you a little bit more bias, huh? Starting with the NBA. Let's get to some sports now. NBA is back. The league is having a tanking issue. If you guys follow basketball right now, the league is tanking. This year we have a couple of superstars to head up the NBA draft. Peterson, Abandia. I know, from Duke, that guy. And then you got, who's the third one? No, actually he doesn't go to Duke, he goes to BYU. And then you have young Boozer, Carlos Boozer's son, who is at Duke holding it down. So those three guys are really highly heralded. Nobody knows who's the best quite yet. Let me turn this fan on because it is getting a little hot. I said I wasn't going to do it, but I got to do it. Yeah, his son is balling out. Young Boozer's balling out too. Young Peterson's having a little trouble out there in Kansas because he's pulling himself out of games. Kind of hinting towards maybe a bunch of injuries in his future, or just the attitude of the player when the team's not doing well, or maybe things aren't going right. Maybe will he pull himself out the game in the NBA too, quit. We already see what load management is doing to the league, and if you have a player already kind of practicing those things in NCAA, especially with NIL now, when these players are making millions and already feel privileged and feel like they should get shit their way, and they start those practices early, they could be bad signs for a person you are seemingly taking for to try to pick with that number one pick. Yeah, the product is bad right now, man. We're having troubles, with teams trying to be competitive when they feel like their team isn't going to be able to compete for a championship. We all know how stacked OKC is. We see what Detroit's doing. You see what the Nuggets have when we playing right. You see what, Cleveland has now. New York has a stacked team. When there's teams on the East and West that they know they can't compete with that, and they know what's coming up in these drafts. Yeah, we're starting to see a bunch of tanking, people that are not really hurt, missing games that they shouldn't be missing just to help secure a bad draft position, or good, I guess in their case, draft selection for the team. They all want those ping pong balls. The worse you are, the more ping pong balls you get. Some teams make trades for players with protected picks, and teams try to protect those protected picks based on how they finish in the season. So it all gets kind of convoluted. People have been trying to hypothesize how to fix the tanking that's going on in the NBA right now, but I don't know if there's a quick fix for it, because they have all these fucking super analysts and analytical guys on the squads that know how to try to manipulate the draft to a T. And we see good teams that are not even really bad, may have one off year, end up getting the number one pick. As you can see what happened with the Dallas Mavericks. Nobody that watches basketball don't think that's not rigged. You know what I mean? For them to trade Luka to the Lakers and everybody make an uproar about it within the franchise, and then all of a sudden they get Cooper Flag. You know what I mean? OKC being able to stack a bunch of first round picks with their tanking that they did. It all started with trust the process, and Philly was able to get a whole bunch of number one picks, and you know, um, get a bunch of chances at number one picks. Though they've picked kind of bad the last couple of years, or the last couple of times they had the number one pick, but. Yeah, man, it just leaves franchises that really need the number one pick staying bad for a long time. You know what I mean? We need the the Brooklyn Nets need, they need a number one pick. They need one. Who else? The Hornets have gotten a couple. Their team is rounding in the form of Knipple and, with Brandon Miller. So I wouldn't say they need something like teams in the East, maybe like, and no, even Washington has been stacking players. There's teams that haven't had the opportunity to get the number one pick, and they've been hella bad for numerous years, not to their own doing. You know what I mean? Just because of the circumstances. They play in small markets, players in free agency don't want to come there. The only trades they make are trades that people want to offload players that are either past their prime or are salary dump players. So it's kind of hard. And also they put the draft on TV, so you know what I'm saying? If the exciting teams aren't up there at number one, I guess they are fearing that people don't watch. I don't know. Me personally, I think anything like that lottery system, especially in basketball, at least in NFL, is how you finish is what you're going to get as far as draft pick. For basketball, though, lottery balls, it's weird. It's weird. Like I said, people have been trying to come up with rules to try to kind of stop people from tanking. Like the bottom 14 teams, have even amount of ping pong balls, or teams that were bad the year before can't get the number one pick again and tank on purpose just to try to stack players like people usually did. They changed it a couple of years down the way that it has like the top five. The number one team has like 14% chance to get the number one pick, but everybody that's in the top five, top six record wise has a chance to get that number one. But I don't know if I like the fact that the worst teams get more ping pong balls and more chances, because I feel like it still can be manipulated. You don't see how the balls are coming up from the thing for the person to grab. They could definitely be manipulated. I've seen Now You See Me. I've seen Now You See Me 2 and 3. Sleight of hands, it exists. You know what I'm saying? There's no way we should be seeing OKC, the Clippers, or, somebody like that get the number one pick. It should be definitely for the teams that have bad records. And I guess if you can prove that they aren't tanking, it's just weird because they try to say players can't load manage and try to penalize people by, oh, you can't win all pro, you can't get MVP if you don't play a certain amount of games. But then that's kind of backfiring, because what if people don't care about those awards and know they're not going to win them anyways? They can just tank to try to get the best players. So you have to kind of like deal with that on the back end. Fines don't mean nothing to these owners. You know what I mean? It's going to be it has to be a really intricate rule change to stop these guys from tanking, because I'm sure they've thought of everything. They employ people to help teams think of ways to do these things. So no matter what they implement, there's going to be people that have thought of ways that may happen. So they have plan Bs, plan Cs, plan Rs, plan Zs. So hopefully the NBA can figure it out, especially for teams that don't even have to worry about that. I don't think the Nuggets have a first round or second round pick for the next couple of years, just due to some trades that these upper tier teams are making to try to stay competitive and try to win multiple championships. But I don't know. The new age thing is, all the older players are kind of phasing out. Stack your team with a bunch of young players, utility players, a second and third apron thing. They try to put that in play to try to combat people from stacking rosters with too many high tier players. But man, it just seems like every time one thing happens, somebody takes advantage of the opposite way, and it puts us in a pickle to where we have to try to find a happy medium. And then the gambling thing comes in. Now you can't rest players because it looks like you gambling. And if the players do play and they actually are hurt and don't want to play, it's like it's crazy. It's crazy. They wanted to partner with gambling so much. Now it just makes this shit all hella different than it used to be, man. Yikes. You pull back that veil, and now the sport is fucking changed forever. We have people all the best players can't win MVP now. It looks like it's going to be Cade by default, or Jaylen Brown by default, just because Jokic, SG, Luka, SGA, Luka, Wemby, none of these guys can win MVP because of the rule changes. It's just a lot of shit going on. I hope they do fix it. I'm not the type of guy or not the right person to try to implement changes. I just think whoever has the worst record should get the number one pick. And just regulate tanking, man. Make these people report if they're going to be playing or not. If it's a sickness, you have to be able to prove the level of a sickness to where you can't play. Personal issues, there shouldn't be able to be too many of those. You should have a cap on personal issue misses. No more than 3. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, these guys think they slick, but yeah, NBA, man, I'm just, right now, the Nuggets are just pissing me off. We acting like we don't know how to play together. The more we get healthy, when we were injured, everything was going honky-dory, but when now that everybody's back, we looking shitty. Went to the game the other day, went to the Warriors Nuggets game. You guys probably saw that on my Instagram, my personal page, but yeah, we were playing against all backups from the Warriors and we didn't win. We lost by like 13. The G League Warriors, Pajinski and Moody and fucking Melton were putting up buckets against a team that doesn't even look like they're interested in playing. You know, they didn't even play Draymond, no Steph, you know what I'm saying? Of course, no Jimmy. It was just a bad look, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. NBA is weird this year. If any year, I think this year is the one where people don't really give a fuck about positioning, especially in the West, because all the teams are really good. It just comes down to how you play in the playoffs, how healthy you are, and how prepared you are for those moments. Hopefully you have players that perform in those moments and have been there, because that's pretty much what it's going to come down to in these 7-game series. This year is just bunch of drama, bunch of injuries, bunch of I don't know what's happening, and a bunch of trades. And this year, I guess it's more shaken up than it's ever been. You know, the Spurs challenging OKC, Houston, Denver, Lakers, Minnesota, all trying to figure it out. The Knicks, the Celtics holding put until Jason Tatum comes back. Yeah, it's just, you know, Detroit trying to fight everybody. The league's in a different place, and I'm happy to see that we still getting the notoriety. I say we. I don't know why I say we, but it's still getting the notoriety it needs. It's still one of the top sports in the country. And I'm, you know, even though the young players are coming in, we have players like Knipple, we have players like Anthony Davis, Anthony Edwards. Hey, a lot of competitive young guys ready to hold the torch and bring the new age of basketball in. And I think, you know, though they're a little different, I think they'll still be able to, you know, keep the highly competitive and intriguing game that we love, keep it going for years to come. Especially WNBA too, man. Get that shit together. I heard they got due to the revenue last year, each team got $8 million extra for their players and facilities and stuff like that. So hopefully the players get a big chunk of that and we can get the season going. And as the WNBA performs more, we get to see more and more money put into it, bigger arenas, bigger fan bases, better merch. I got my merch for the Valkyries. Let's go, Sabrina. You already know what it is. New York Liberty. I fucks with y'all, support y'all because Sabrina's on the team. But hey, Sabrina, you can come to the Valkyries if you want. You know what I'm saying? Give them a couple more years. They can't get it done. When Stu either retires or wants to move on, they eventually trade her. You move on too. I'm sorry, New York. You had her for long enough. Let her come on home. Boxing, man. Boxing's in a weird place. I think Bud Crawford might be too dominant. Tank, he's getting in trouble too much. We just saw Shakur is able to do, Tiafimo. You know, those are, you know, how casual I am when it comes to boxing. I'm getting better there. And I'm starting to know a lot more boxers, but you know, it doesn't look like there's much competition. The top end guys are whooping ass, taking everybody's money and not really seeing much in it. You saw Bud Crawford saying he's retiring. Who knows if that's real? Canelo wants to fight him again. Maybe if there's a big payday, he'll come out of that retirement and fight him some more. Shakur right now is trying to grab that status. He's already known as being a really good fighter. And I did misspeak. I said Shakur lost the fight. But I guess I misspoke. Yeah, it's not that he lost the fight. He actually did win. But I guess they're just talking about his defensive fighting nature, more so, and how different it was in this Tiafimo fight. He was way more aggressive, staying right in front of the fighter instead of doing his safe shit, moving and trying to defend. He was standing there. I watched that one, you know, going toes to Tiafimo. No, Tiafimo couldn't really get any hits on him, and Tiafimo kind of backed off and got a little scared and was getting jabbed to death and let Shakur be the aggressor. And, you know, I fucks with him. I fucks with Shakur. I don't know if Devin Haney, you know what I'm saying, is Black History Month, so I'm gonna name all the black fighters, you know what I'm saying? Again, I don't know if he's gonna still be the same after Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia's out there doing his thing too. Shout out him. You know what I'm saying? People kind of take his antics for granted and think he's like on one all the time, but hey, bro, he goes out there and performs and shows the world that he may be, you know, hyping up the fights to get his money, but you talk shit, he'll put hands on you. He a real fighter, not like the dude that's getting slapped around and elbowed by all the MMA guys. If that's a shtick, I mean, hey, bro, big ups to you. That's one way of going viral, getting your ass slapped and elbowed. You know what I mean? But hey, just chill out. Just be a little more respectful to people. I know trolling sometimes can get you a lot of views and get you popular, and you went viral really fast. But I don't know if that's the way you want to go viral, because you're gonna have people trying you all day. I know you got hands and everything being an amateur boxer, but you don't want people trying you all day. I don't think that's the smoke you actually want, because people are gonna do it. They're gonna do it. Talk shit. They're gonna try you. Girls ain't gonna take you serious. Actually, I don't know how many hoes you get. Let me not talk shit like that. Like, they ain't gonna fuck with you, but because they gonna want to go viral too, no matter what. But hey, man, let's go viral a different way. Let's go viral a different way. Let's be a little more respectful. I know I fucks with Rampage, though. That fool's hella funny. People think I look like Rampage. Rampage Jackson. Don't look like Rampage. How about now? Nigga. No. Uh, all right. But yeah, boxing's in a real place, and we're resorting to a bunch of exhibition fights to get the most notoriety right now, get the most money, and people get the most excited about. We're hearing about Floyd Mayweather trying to fight Mike Tyson. Last time we saw Mike Tyson fight Jake Paul, he was biting on his gloves. We know how much bigger, and he is probably a good 10, 11 years older than Floyd. So we know what that's going to look like. I mean, people are going to watch it. I think it's free on Netflix, so maybe not. I don't think it was. I don't know if this one's on Netflix too, but everybody hears things about Floyd and how he needs the money, and he sees what Jake Paul is doing. He sees what these exhibition fights are doing for him in other countries. So why not, man? Whether it's set up or not, if you can go out there and still perform at a high level that people are paying for and want to see you fight, hey, power to you, man, and hopefully it goes well. I'm gonna watch, probably just to come back and talk to you guys about it, but I don't know how real this is gonna be. I don't like the fights where people's weight classes are dramatically different, because physically and realistically, it's like, I don't know what we're really going to get from this fight. But the Manny Pacquiao and Floyd fight that's supposed to happen after that, Floyd versus Manny Pacquiao 2, should be a lot more interesting. Two guys around their same age, two guys that fought before, they're really hyped up. Manny Pacquiao is always he did the fucking physical 100. You know what I mean? So he's always willing to show everybody that he still got it, and he is still super athletic. So he's willing to come out there and give it all he got. But I don't know if Floyd is on that same type of time. I don't doubt that Floyd still trains or is still in good shape. But fuck, I know Manny's going to be a different type of time. So unless they kind of came in there and agreed on some Jake Paul shit, everybody else except for Anthony Joshua shit, hey, we're going to come out here, throw a couple punches, make sure you don't hit me in my face. That's the money maker. And we're going to walk out of here with $100 million. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that's going to be, because we've seen a lot of that nowadays. We saw Jake Paul get his jaw broken again. If that was performative and part of that too, hey, break my jaw, we gonna get $125 million, $140 million, and then we can, I'll go get my jaw fixed. And that nigga Jake Paul is talking stupid shit. I don't really get political on here, but he is talking shit and isolating himself and his fan base, man. I didn't think, well, I did think it possibly could go there, but I didn't think he would go all the way. Kind of, just disrespectful to people. But, well, and again, opinion, I can't really say he's disrespecting people. He is kind of disrespecting people, but, I'm not going to blast somebody for their opinion when it comes to something like that, as far as, preference in artists. But what he was talking about was only about artists. It was a little much, but that's not about him, because it's not about him. It's about Floyd and Pacquiao. It's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be on Netflix, another one of those exhibitions that Netflix is putting on to, just kind of get their sports shit going. They got basketball, they got Christmas football, this boxing stuff, a couple of the boxing fights. I think the last Jake Paul fight was on Netflix as well. So Netflix is keeping us, engaged and letting them know that they got content, and it's going to keep hitting us with the content. They got all the podcasts now. They need to hit me up, but I don't know if I want to go exclusive to Netflix. Not saying that we're caliber to be on Netflix, but I don't know how I feel. I like my people here where it all started, you know what I'm saying? If I was to ever blow up, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got to blow up, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's my necessarily future, but if it is, I wouldn't want to leave the place where I started and not feed the people that have been supporting me from day one, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you can't afford Netflix, because who knows what's going to happen once they acquire all that shit they're supposed to acquire, you know what I mean? What the prices are going to be, and maybe you won't have access to your favorite podcast to be able to see the video. You know what I'm saying? Only audio is cool, but if you never see me for free, what a place to be. YouTube, fuck with me. But yeah, boxing is interesting. We need to be able to promote these young boxers and have them come out the woodwork and start a new trend to get boxing back going again, or we're just gonna be watching these older fighters just fight random people forever. We're gonna get IP Man versus Floyd next, Jackie Chan versus fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, what the fuck is happening here? But hey, not taking anything away from them. Make your money. I'm all for it. If you guys are with it, I'm with it. You feel me? And lastly, oh no, not lastly, 50 Cent versus T.I. This one's getting a little weird, man. At first, it was just about the verses. We saw 50 Cent rebut when T.I. brought up the verses by mocking him online. And just kind of with that, T.I. has an album coming out as part of his rollout. I wouldn't say necessarily as part of his rollout. It just kind of happened to coincide at the same time. He put out a diss track to 50 Cent, kind of talking shit about him. But hey, man, it just kind of went off the deep end now. They're posting pictures of wives. They got children involved. Of course, T.I.'s children are going to get involved when 50 Cent is posting pictures of their mom and T.I.'s wife all over the internet trying to embarrass her. They're going to stick up for their mom for sure. And that YN energy is a little different. King is going off talking about how 50 Cent's mother is dead, taking pictures at grave sites, talking shit, listing off all the shit that 50 Cent ever did wrong in his career, who he's beefing with, what he did, how his baby mama slept with Diddy, how he leaked the sex tape of Kiora? What's the American's Top Model, kind of the more full-figured one who got really famous and was kind of like one of the most famous full-figured models back in the day. But anyways, I guess he fucking leaked the sex tape of her. There's hella shit that he's just going off. And these YNs ain't gonna stop. They're gonna play in the mud with the most petty person in the world because they don't know no better. They don't know no better. Especially, especially young rich ones who I wouldn't say never had to experience nothing, but they don't give a fuck. That's coming from privilege, and doesn't matter what he says or puts online, he's gonna be taken care of. So he can get in the mud with 50 Cent and they're going back and forth, back and forth. I don't think 50 Cent's going to engage in any of the rapping stuff that T.I. was talking. And T.I. is back to rapping, man. That diss track is crazy. He's talking, but I don't think 50 Cent's going to respond. I don't think his bars are kind of still the same as they used to be, but at the same time, 50 Cent has a whole bunch of other shit that he's doing, getting money, and people know it. All his shit is public, so I think him personally, he's like, hey, how I get my last laugh is everybody know what I'm doing. Go watch my show. Look at this partnership I'm doing. Me and Tyler Perry in the picture. We working on shit. Y'all can have this rap shit. I don't rap no more. I make TV shows. I'm making movies. I'm bringing or creating this, film studio out here in Shreveport. I don't give a fuck about this petty shit. But, I don't know. How long can you stay silent when somebody's using you for the rollout of their album? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And then if these dudes are really street dudes, and we know they are from back in the day, if there's places you're, crossing the line, where is this gonna get taken? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see how far it goes. T.I. dropped 2 diss tracks already. 50 Cent's not responding. Actually, he's responding on social media like he does, but hey man. Hey man, I'm tired of this shit, man. I don't see none of these famous white people going at each other publicly like this. I don't hear about none of it. I don't know why it's cool and hip now for us to tear each other down publicly. I'm sure you can talk shit about each other and hate each other behind closed doors and not necessarily try to get one up on each other by embarrassing each other in the word of public opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's all cool in the spirit of music. You're putting out good music and stuff. We saw what that Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef did for them. More so Kendrick than Drake, I would say, but they're still both getting talked about and have really big notoriety for years and years to come due to that. I don't know if T.I. saw that, cut off the dreads and took a pivot from the comedy and was like, okay, this is my way back in. I don't know if 50 Cent just don't give a fuck and has time for anybody who has anything to say about him, period, just to let people know that he's watching. But man, once these kids get involved, and especially the YNs that be going and don't give a fuck, will say anything and it will cross the line, because you cross the line when you go down to the mud, they gonna go down to the depths of hell to try to embarrass you. And he's probably sitting at home with all the time in the world to do so. 50 Cent, I know you have other shit to be doing and other shit to pay attention to. I don't think King does. So he's gonna keep going and going and going as long as you're going. Some of these other dudes that you're trying to, bully and pick on, they're like trying to take the higher road and be like, nah, not fuck with it, not poke the bear. But when you got young niggas and something to try to prove, and for a rollout, I think that, these two are going to be button heads for the foreseeable future. But I don't know. I don't like it really. I don't really like it, man. With the 50 Cent stuff, I did think it was getting kind of old, him attacking everybody, Marlon Wayans, you know what I mean? Like, come on, now you're fucking with everybody that people like now, so, I don't know. I get the Diddy thing, you and Diddy got beef, and he's done horrible things to people, but attacking Marlon for that, his basic opinion, I don't know, it's a lot, it's a lot. What do you guys think? You think 50 Cent's tripping? Do you think T.I.'s tripping? You think they should just do a versus and squash it? Who would win in the versus? You let me know. And this BAFTA. This was gonna be quick because I don't really know much about BAFTA. The British Academy of Film at TV Arts bullshit. A lot of these award shows and these other shits that are not the Oscars are just now, to me personally, getting notoriety just because we want to see how much credit Sinners gets. And me personally, I think they deserve all the credit in the world. And I think that all these award shows are going out of their way to disrespect Sinners. I don't know if because they know that the Academy is going to vote for them to win a lot of awards, so they have to sully their name and try to embarrass them the whole way they can until the Oscars come, because it's probably the last say-all-be-all award show when it comes to these prestigious awards. I don't know. It's just a bunch of hate. I mean, when you're popping, I guess this comes with it. When you do incredible things, people are gonna hate on you. People are gonna try to hold you down. But this BAFTA thing is crazy. I guess there was a guy named, let me see what his name was, John Davidson, getting an award for a movie about somebody with Tourette syndrome, and he actually had Tourette syndrome, so I guess the movie was based on him. But the award was presented by Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo, famously recently, anyways, from the movie Sinners, two of the biggest characters in the movie. And as they were giving the award and getting ready to present the award to the guy, he yelled out, nigga. Okay, I get it. Somebody's Tourette syndrome, you never can kind of control what they say. They could say anything. That wouldn't be, I mean, it's a problem, but it wouldn't be the biggest of problems if, the show edited it out. I guess the show was out across the pond, so it was a 2-hour delay from when they actually premiered it in America. So they had time to scrub that, edit it out. Supposedly they edited some Israel-Palestine stuff that one of the award recipients had made, a speech that they had made, and they edited that out with a 2-hour delay. But when this guy with Tourette's yells nigga out while two black actors are presenting an award, it doesn't get scrubbed out. You know what I'm saying? Some people are hypothesizing, oh, maybe it was promo for the movie. Oh, yeah, maybe he's not racist. He's just saying things in the moment that, when you have Tourette's, it brings out the worst shit that you shouldn't say. Your brain doesn't know how to not say it, so your brain says it. I don't know, man. I don't know. If that's the case, why is this nigga sitting front row? If he has Tourette's that's so dangerous, why have him come on stage and accept the award? He can say anything anytime. He can say Palestine stuff. He can say ICE stuff. He can say anything that the Academy or whatever these people don't want him to say. He can say that shit on stage. And I'm sure you would have edited it if he did. But since he said nigga to a group of actors who are supposed to be winning a bunch of awards, do win awards at the event, we're just gonna let it slide. Delroy Lindo wanted to jump down there and beat dude's ass, I can tell, but gentlemen, as black people, you do have to let some of this shit slide off your shoulders, because if you make a scene, then you're the angry black people. This is, oh, look what they are. You already saw what the president posted about Michelle Obama and Barack Obama, so they know what they think of us. So for them to do that, try them to see their reaction. I don't know if they wanted to see their reaction. I don't know if it was genuinely just a mistake by the guy. But man, I can't wait for this Oscars to come, so these guys can stop going through the scrutiny of the people that don't believe that they deserve to win the awards that they deserve. All the best actors going to Marty Supreme, fucking Leonardo DiCaprio, like all that shit. Give them what they deserve, bro. We saw the impact. They kept it in theaters for weeks and weeks and weeks after, just because, theaters were making so much money off of it. Everybody and their mama said it was a great movie. Why wouldn't the Academy think the same thing? You're rushing mid-ass movies to get awards that they don't deserve. Let them marinate and simmer a little bit. And let's see if they have the same rewatchability as Sinners. I don't think any of those movies do. Marty Supreme is good, but I don't think I'll ever watch that movie again. Ever. For what? And I fuck with Timothée Chalamet to the fullest. But ultimately, what the fuck happened to that movie? This nigga that was good at ping pong was hustling to get to China to play ping pong in a match that don't even count just to prove that he was good enough to beat this Chinese superstar that beat him in the past. Then he goes home and raises a baby that he didn't want, supposedly. Like, he acted his ass off in that movie, but ultimately it was about nothing. If you take the underlying meanings of Sinners and just take up all that shit that happened within one day in Sinners, I don't know. The performance that Michael B. Jordan put on, like, Timothée Chalamet is going to have his time. I'm sure that Dune's going to win all kind of awards. I'm sure that Timothée Chalamet is going to get all the upcoming roles for leading actor. But there's not going to be another Sinners. Ryan Coogler is going to move on to different things and kind of just diversify his portfolio and do other things. But I don't know. This thrashing of Sinners, this discrediting of Michael B. Jordan, this Sinners is just good for sets and the music and. Come on, bro. Everything about the movie was good. The acting was top notch. Top fucking notch. Maybe I should watch some of these movies that's getting all the awards and maybe I can, justify some of the bullshit that's going on. I don't think so, bro. Oscars, do the right thing or else none of this shit fucking matters. None of this shit fucking matters. And don't sit that weird nigga in the front of the row of any shows anymore. He doesn't deserve it. Like, come on, nigga, though? You could have said anything, bitch, fuck, damn. But nigga, though, when two black dudes on the stage, get the fuck out of there. You're lucky. You're lucky nobody beat your ass up. I get it. It's Tourette syndrome. I get it. But if a black person was in there yelling racist shit, out of pocket shit to somebody white, if somebody Hispanic was out there yelling racist shit to somebody white, they'd be removed? Not given the award? At least the words would be blanked out. Come on now. Get that shit together. BAFTA. The fuck? And then lastly, man, before we get up out of here, follow me on Twitch. I'm going to start a Kick too, but follow me on Twitch. You already follow the gaming channel. Actually, you may not know about the gaming channel. The Best of Bias Gaming. Join that as well. I'm trying to post more clips and stuff to my gaming there. I'm starting GTA RP, man. I'm hustling. Dayton Heights. Your boy is trying to hustle to become a jewelry store owner. I'll be streaming that a lot lately. I'll get back into other shit streaming too, but the road to 51 is still here. I want to become an affiliate on on Twitch. In order to do so, I need 51 followers. I'm only at 18. So any follower counts, you know what I'm saying? Help me get there. Tune in. I'll be randomly popping on the GTA, flying in, learning this RP shit. I'm new, so don't hold that against me when watching my gameplay. But I'll be on there, man, playing some games, and I want you guys to join me. I got a PC now. I'm trying to get on Steam and try all these games that I see people playing online. Get some, film, get some shit going. I know I promised y'all a guest today, and John was gonna come here and talk about RP, Johnny Mac, because he's the one that got me into the GTA RP. You guys know he's been talking about it for pods and pods. Every pod he's on, he pretty much tells us what he's got going in the RP world, and it's cool, man. The community is amazing. He has people that he's been playing with for a while. I'm getting to meet them, and just helping each other out. It's like another community, go and hang. It's going outside without going outside. Real, Ready Player One vibes. And I want y'all to join me. Lydell_Dinero. Join me on Twitter. We're trying to get to 51. And of course, the podcast. You know where to find it at. On YouTube, like, subscribe. It's Best of Bias Gaming. Got some Madden clips up there right now. I'll be dogging niggas. But we are going to get the RP going. The Twitch is gonna get better. I'm on OBS now, so I'm getting everything popping, trying to make it look good for y'all. So fuck with me. Love y'all. And let's get that gaming shit going. But that'll be it, man. Sorry the guest didn't make it. This is the end of the podcast where I like to let them know where you can find me at, man. Plenty of stuff coming. It's SAC_Lydell on the Instagram, Patrick_Lydell on the Snapchat. I don't need to be on Snapchat like that no more, but hit me up, you back. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be on the pod, that's the way you reach me on there. I still have it. Excuse me. On TikTok, the Best of Bias podcast, of course. Best of Bias Podcast. And on Instagram, it's Best of Bias Podcast as well. Join in. We're posting stories all week of shit that might not be on the pod to get you guys to interact with. So be sure to comment on there, hit like if you like the topic. You know what I'm saying? I asked y'all if y'all gonna cop some shoes that are coming out. We talk about a bunch of shit on there that we don't really necessarily talk about on here. So be sure to add both pages, my personal page, Lydell_Dinero, or SAC_Lydell, excuse me. And then Patrick, or Best of Bias on Instagram as well. Let's get those followers up. Let's tell the world about the Best of Bias podcast. So more content, more shit will keep coming out to y'all. More guests to come. A song. Me and AK are going to drop this song. I'm going to put a goal on that. Give us maybe like 2 or 3 weeks. We'll have this song out and recorded for y'all. AK, if you hear this, hold me to that. I started the verse. I promise you I started the verse already, but you know, it's one of those things where I was in a mood at the time. I don't know if I can get back in that mood to get that verse going again, but hey, it's coming. It's coming, man. I'm hearing everybody get out there and rap, just throw their voice on the track. And hey, let me see if I still got it. You feel me? Dust off the old rhythm book and see what we got. You feel me? So yeah, continue liking, subscribing, and sharing. Episode 275, season 4. It's your boy Lydell Dinero from the Best of Bias Podcast. Your favorite podcast, no matter the season. Everybody on the East Coast and out there where there's hella snow, stay safe, stay warm, stay out of that snow. Everybody here, stay safe. Stay out of the weather. And again, stay safe. Love one another, love yourself, and more importantly, have a good weekend. It's your boy Lydell Dinero. We out of here. Where that theme song at? It's right here. Yeah.
It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. The best of bias. Yeah, it's the best of bias.